Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Smell the Coffee. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. Did you not? Okay. I will speak for myself.
I mean, she was not here for the 2 days, but okay. We did miss you. We did miss you, girl.
I missed y'all. Anyway, you are joined by Diana Master and Glenora Shapura just 2 days after Christmas. We're hoping you had yourselves an amazing time with the family. Probably some of you still are enjoying with the family, but nevertheless, we are here to entertain you. So just grab your cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I did tell you before the show, right? Like, my family will not forgive me if I don't give a shout out. I don't think I'll be allowed back to the farm. So I have to say a big shout out to my family that is at Ibeka Farm. And a special shout out to my baby sis. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Bishita.
Oh, cute.
Wishing you many, many more years.
Send money.
Yeah.
Don't just wish.
I should send money next.
This energy of I wish you many years of love and joy and happiness. No.
It doesn't work.
Send money.
She better not hear that. Okay, I'm guessing she's watching this. So,
yes.
Yeah, Diana Master, you're going to support this.
Send her money.
The first half of the 500 is coming from you.
But honestly speaking, guys, in 2024, this energy of, oh, I wish you so many years of, no. Wish me money. Send me money.
I wish you aged like fine wine, yeah?
No, I'm already aging like fine wine. I'm already aging like fine wine. What I need is money. So instead of sending me a card and posting me on Instagram and HBDing me to death, send money.
Well, to be fair, she has a neck to spend my money without, me trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, she has. To be fair, I think she has been collecting her birthday money.
Okay, great. Okay, then that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Don't just be wishing people. Like, honestly, I think now I'm gonna start considering it as rude if you wish me happy birthday without sending me
without
money.
an e-wallet or something. Eh?
Exactly.
What is that even?
Because even like with gifts, yeah, sure, it's the thought that counts. But money is nice because then I can buy things that I actually need and want.
Okay.
My uncle calls
my
me
birthday.
capitalist.
On that note, my birthday is on the 4th of January, guys. It's just like next week. On that note, I'm just saying.
We will definitely be giving you money.
Thank you.
A money bouquet.
Yes, I want flowers.
With money.
With money. Yes, exactly.
Definitely. No, we will find a way to make it happen.
Please.
Might I sell a kidney? Probably, but you know what?
Please.
I must set the standard, right? Because the bad thing about my birthday is it's all the way in September.
I know.
And most people's birthdays already done.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's like if I don't give you a gift, September will come. So
I will remember.
Exactly.
I will remember the 4th of January.
You see, so it's bad. But anyway, we'll be taking a quick ad break and returning with our top stories right after this.
It's the Premier League, all on DSTV. All the goals, clashes, and moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka.
Their start is getting better and better and better.
All in HD. Available on all these bouquets to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Get DSTV with an HD decoder, free installation, plus 1 month compact for 1,549 Namibian dollars. It's the Premier League, all on DSTV.
And the first of our top stories, 2 days ago it was Christmas and people probably had the Christmas trees up, the Christmas lights. Everyone was in the festive mood. Well, this one woman makes a horror discovery in her Christmas tree and people say it's their worst fear. One woman got the fright of her life when she noticed a living creature hiding in her Christmas tree. When you decorate your tree to the nines with beautiful sparkly baubles and twinkly lights, the last thing you'd expect to notice is a furry animal taking shelter in the branches. As one mom's horror ordeal when she spotted something among her fir tree's branches. As she took a closer look after hearing rustling in the branches, mom of two Gina noticed two beady eyes staring back at her while inspecting the tree, as people claimed it would be their worst nightmare. Taking to TikTok to recount the ordeal, Gina had a huge fright when she discovered a mouse hiding in her festive fur. Filming Filming a video of her revelation, Gina can be seen poking her beautifully decorated Christmas tree with a broomstick in order to find out what was rustling between the branches. As she moves the branches aside, a rather frightened mouse appears. As you can see, its tiny black eyes and grey fur amidst the Christmas lights and snow-frosted branches. Gobsmacked, Gina wrote text across the clip which reads, "Thought I was seeing things," with a panicked emoji. The caption simply reads, "Help," as Michael Bublé's rendition of "It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas" is heard playing in the background.
Wow.
Nah, throw the whole Christmas tree away. Set it on fire. No.
To be fair, the mouse was also having, a festive season situation. It was leaving. I bet it was also shocked, like, what is happening here? I'm trying to enjoy the festive season. And then this lady just,
with a
kicks,
broom.
Yeah.
How disrespectful.
Exactly. But that's scary. I would be so scared.
No, I'm moving out.
Ooh, what is happening here?
If I find a creature, it's fine. I'll just pack my bags and leave. Like,
it's fine.
It can have the house.
It can.
It can have the house.
You know what? Fine. I give up the fight.
I'm not a fighter. Like, yeah. I'm really not a fighter. I have no more fight left in me. You get what I'm saying? So, in that case, I'm just, there was a time.
It's fine. You win. You take the house.
You take the house. There was a time there was a lizard. I found a lizard.
Okay, those ones I'm afraid of.
I was just like, and now it's Navea and I, it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And she's like that, and I'm like, Navea. Like, we're both like, girl,
come through,
girl. And she's like, you come through. I'm like, okay, fine. So I was just like, you know what? Let's go. And then we just left. And so we had to call the gardener. I was like, Tate. He's like, what? I was like, there's a lizard. And he doesn't understand, like, what I'm saying. I'm like, now I have to Google the Shwambo word for lizard. I'm like,
why didn't you call Aina? Why didn't you call Aina? There's a lizard in my house.
There's a lizard in my house. I was like, Tate, Coco. He's like, Coco. Like,
then you went to go get it out. At least he was there. Do you know what I am deadly afraid of? And they're not even harmful. Millipedes. Like, I will freeze into.
Oh, I don't like creepy.
If I found
crawlies.
a millipede in my Christmas tree, I would leave the house, the country. I would be done.
Millipede, centipede, like
yes,
anything.
I am deadly afraid of them.
I am deadly terrified of anything that
crawly.
Anything that crawls, anything that pitter-patters like a mouse, a spider, anything. Honestly speaking, I'm just scared.
I think with the mouse, I'm not that scared because I don't know. It has that mammal feel. It's a mammal. You know what I mean? It's not. But I don't know if I want to be around there chasing it with a broom. No. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to do that.
I just want to live in a place where there's nothing. No spiders, no mosquitoes, no rats, nothing.
You're the right person to move to Australia. The right person to move to Australia. Well, getting into our next story babe, actually there's hope for us. You know what?
Okay.
There's hope for us.
I'm listening.
You know how we said we want to be adopted by a rich family?
Yeah.
It can happen.
It can happen?
It can happen. In our next story, a descendant of Europe's richest family has reportedly begun a process to adopt his middle-aged former gardener, planning to leave him at least half of his roughly 12 billion euros fortune.
Whoa.
Wow. Nicolas Puig, 80, a fifth-generation descendant of the founder of French luxury goods company Hermes, wants to cancel a contract that would bequeath his fortune to the Isocrates Foundation, which he founded, and instead make his employee a legal heir. Swiss newspaper Tribune de Genève and 24 Heures reported the news earlier this month, describing the potential heir as Puig's servant, former gardener, and handyman. The charitable foundation is contesting Puig's plan to cut ties, which it says it learned of only recently. From a legal point of view, a unilateral cancellation of the contract of inheritance seems void and unfounded, the organization said in a statement shared with CNN on Wednesday. Now, the foundation has therefore opposed the cancellation of the contract while leaving the door open for discussions with its founder. Referring to the Swiss media reports on Puig's wish to adopt his employee, the charity said it wasn't in a position to judge or comment on this initiative, adding that it leaves it to the relevant authorities to decide on this matter. CNN has contracted the billionaire's lawyer for comment. Now, established by Puig in 2011 and founded by him since, the Isocrates Foundation supports public interest journalism and civil society organizations working towards a healthy digital public space, according to its website. The inheritance contract between the foundation and Puig, who isn't known to have children, reportedly provides for his shares in Hermes to be left to the foundation. That is, unless he becomes a father, in which case his child will be entitled to a part of the inheritance, and at least 50% in the case of a son. Wow.
To whoever wants to adopt me and you're rich, I'm here.
I'm here.
available.
A billionaire. You know what I mean? A billionaire. Like, wow, that's
I'm
crazy.
here. I'm here. You don't need to look far and wide.
I'm right here. I'm right here in Namibia, in Windhoek. Yeah,
In
a humble
Windhoek.
girl, a humble, sweet girl. Yeah.
Like, they can literally just walk up to Namibia Media Holdings.
But the
and
fact
be
that
like,
he
"I'm
wants to
looking
give it
for
to the
Ghana."
gardener, and meaning that this guy is gonna get half of the
like 6
12
billion.
billion euros.
Jeez.
Euros. That's in euros, guys. In euros.
I mean, it's better than, who was it? Was it Oprah that wanted to leave her fortune to her pet?
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Like, guys,
No.
I want to have that much money that I don't know what to do with it. Like, I just want to
You know,
like,
little Skittles here, I think he deserves 50 million of my
like,
inheritance.
Christmas
Yeah.
bonus, here's $50 million. Yeah, like,
Exactly. But also we gotta like attract that level of money into our lives. Like,
Yes.
I think we don't know real wealth. Like, guys, come on, 12 billion euros. And this
Someone
is just
said-
part of, you know, the company.
I don't trust people that wear luxury brands
Yes.
because they say real money whispers. It doesn't talk.
Exactly.
If
You
you're
should see
doing
this guy.
too much, that's him, right? In the
Yeah.
pictures.
Yes. Did you see how simple?
Very
Very
simple.
Yes.
It's those poor people that want to be dripped in Gucci from
chains,
head to toe.
chains, what. His company sells Birkenbergs.
Exactly.
Do you know how much
a
one-
Birkin bag that goes for $100,000?
No. It's between actually 10,000
Yes,
US
between
dollars
10,000.
and 2 million
Yes.
US dollars. Guys, 2 million
Yes.
in Namibian dollars is $38 million. That's one
Just
handbag.
carrying it on your
Yeah.
hand. Just like,
Yeah, guys.
I do want a Birkin bag. I really want a Birkin
Yeah,
bag.
since
If
we're
you're
talking about my
listening.
birthday present, guys.
Ah,
Anybody out there?
a Birkin
For the
bag.
both of us. Are
For
you?
the both
Yeah.
of us, like a bag. But the thing with me is, I'm actually not a big handbag person.
Me too, but I would carry
You're
a
like-
Birkenberg.
you're a big
I'm a
handbag
big
person.
one. I'm a big one.
I'm
I
a
love
big shoe
handbags.
person.
Yes, it's true. You love.
Shoes and clothes.
That's
Anyway,
you. That's
that's
you.
me.
Yeah, I'm a sneaker girl. I think
Yes.
I've realized I'm a sneaker girl, and I love handbags.
And you love handbags. I would definitely, handbags. Please support our GoFundMe to get Glenora a Birkin bag for her birthday. Now getting into our next story, the couple that sold everything to live on cruise ships for the rest of their lives. John and Melody Hennessy plan to spend the rest of their lives cruising around the world, and they reckon it could be as much as half as expensive as life on land. The couple, originally from Florida, sold almost everything they owned 3 years ago, including their main business and their home, and bought a motorhome to travel around the United States. But then John, 76, got tired of driving, says Melody, who's 64. Then they saw an advert on Facebook for a 274-day cruise with Royal Caribbean, and their journey to a permanent life at sea began. The pair are currently cruising around the Dominican Republic as part of the latest in a series of long-term sailings, which have taken them to places including Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific. But while their new life is more exciting, they say it is cheaper too. We now have a telephone bill, a ship bill, and a few credit card bills for when we go ashore, but that's it, says John. We no longer have mortgage or the expense of homes. We no longer have vehicle insurance, property insurance, or utility bills. The list goes on. We are certain cruising is cheaper. Right now, it is probably close to half of what it was when we lived on land. At the moment, their life is planned in monthly chunks as they hop from ship to ship, and they're booked up until December 2024. But soon they'll be taking up a more permanent residence on a Villa V's residential cruise ship, one of the first of its kind, where as many as 30% of those on board will be permanent residents. The ship will circumnavigate the world every 3 years, largely following the warm weather, but life on board Villa V won't come cheap. An inside cabin starts at $99,000. That's US dollars. But a balcony villa with views of the ocean costs $249,000, and that is not forgetting the almost $8,000 monthly fee. The ship is still being constructed, so while they haven't set foot in their new home, they have seen digital renderings that have given them a good idea of what to expect.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah. Could you do it?
I do like the soft life though. I'm not gonna lie, but just being on, you know what I mean? You know, you're just on a cruise ship. That's the issue. Like if it's like I go there every 3 months or something.
Exactly.
I'm
Like a
fine with
holiday
it,
home.
but just that being my permanent, you
I
know.
can't. I cannot.
I just, yeah.
Because honestly speaking, hey, I like the idea of coming home. Like, yeah, I know this would be home, but like I like something that
Feels like
is
I hear.
steady, that is not moving.
On
Like,
ground.
On ground, right? Like I want to come home. Like you're saying, it's fine if it's like a holiday home.
Yes, every
You know,
other,
that every December you're
yes,
going
or
there
every other
whatever.
3 months, you know, like
Exactly, yeah. Like
at
that
that
is
point,
fine.
like, you know, I need a break. from
Yeah,
you guys.
you just need a break from
Yeah.
it. But like permanently, no,
Yeah.
I can't. I cannot. I honestly can't.
Me too. I think I like the life on land. You know
And-
what I mean? I like the life on land.
And
I
I've
like-
watched Titanic. And I watched Seconds from Disaster and things like that. So,
Why would you? Yeah.
like, I would go on a Disney cruise. Oh, that's cute. I would go.
Oh, you're a Disney girl.
I'm such a Disney. I mean, my birthday was Disney themed.
I know, we had to wear like all these Disney characters. And weirdly enough, it was so hard. I actually, you know, you would think like, you know, a Disney themed birthday party would be so easy, you know, to dress up for. And I was like, wow, it's so hard.
It was actually
You don't have
difficult.
closets. I mean, in your closet, you don't have clothes that
That-
would
yeah.
resemble Hannah Montana or whoever.
Or Camp Rock or
Camp
whatever.
Rock.
It
Yeah,
was-
this
but it
teenage
was
stuff. It was fun.
fun.
It was so much fun.
Well, that does bring us to the end of our top stories. We'll be taking a quick ad break and returning with more Smell the Coffee.
Yeah, we'll be having an interview with Pastor Chris.
Oh.
And he's going to share us the importance of family values. And this is part 2 of the interview that I did with him. So do stick with Smell the Coffee.
Taking care of children can be one of the busiest jobs in the world. That's why CrècheGuard is here to give you a little help along the way. Start the day with CrècheGuard's immune syrup to help build a strong immune system. CrècheGuard also offers other tasty supplements, such as omega-3 chews to support brain development. And for healthy little tummies, look for CrècheGuard's range of probiotics that come in drops, sprays, and delicious choc bars. Trust in CrècheGuard every day for healthy little bodies and developing minds.
Now, getting to my next question, your focus, your recent sermon series was a focus on the family. Yeah, could you expand on this?
Right. So obviously, we're always prayerful about how we choose the subjects that we're dealing. But it is no surprise that the church is filled with people who have challenges. Let's say that.
Yeah.
And so it is not a place of perfect people. It is a place for perfecting people. And so people come as they are, sort of like a medical center. People come as they are, and then we administer the gospel in the different avenues. And once again, we know and understand that everything happens in the home. Now, the Namibian environment is such that you have families that have 2 parents, I mean, a male and a female, and some of them are married, some of them are unmarried. You have families where the grandparents are raising the children, and you have families where it's a single mother, sometimes a single father, and you have families that are headed by a child. And so all of these dynamics are playing out as a result of consequences. This doesn't happen in a vacuum. And so the Word of God is very clear concerning the direction that we ought to take in regards to family, starting off with the responsibility and accountability of men who are supposed to be husbands before they are fathers, which is not usually the case. And then
Yeah, very true.
Very true, because of the principle of responsibility. The accountability must start way before children come along. But most of the time they are thrusted into the fatherhood role as a result of a pleasurable experience. And then after that, they try to then remedy that with restoring the relationship with the spouse. Sometimes that doesn't even materialize. And then after that, there are hectic responsibilities that the father has to take up as a leader within this institution called the family. And the Word of God is so filled with direction in that instance. And so we shared a 3-part series. The first week, we spoke about how the kingdom of God is supposed to come home. And Jesus taught us to pray, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. But the kingdom coming on earth is the King's domain, or the will of God being fulfilled in the hearts of people. And it needs to come home and not only remain in the church or in whatever institution God is using to bring his kingdom down, primarily the church. And so that was the first series, and we gave some principles as to how you establish the kingdom in the home, even relating to those who have a different sort of format at home. It's not a mom and dad sort of typical family. And so helping the single mother, helping the grandparents to do that. The second week, we spoke about marriage consecration, which means that your marriage has to be completely separated from the rest of the world. Otherwise, it does not work. There is an isolation to the marriage which is required in order for the couple to be inward focused towards each other. If they don't do that, they are going to put their resources in the wrong place, and they're going to draw the wrong type of attention. And it's a vulnerability that is common, and it ends up in cheating, adultery, and emotional affairs, and all of that destroys and disturbs the family unit. In fact, it's almost like you want to take the wife that you married and go find yourself a field somewhere, you know, and put a large wall around it, and just have you and your kids with some goats and cows and chickens, and you'll live happily ever after.
But on that note, because you said, you know, the woman and the man, they're the first unit of the family. But there's instances, and I've seen this, maybe I'm judgmental, but there are instances where there's a saying in church, people are not equally yoked. So somebody is, I'm reaching 30 or I'm 30 something, and I need to get married. The biological clock is ticking. So John comes along. I'm not necessarily, you know, compatible with John, but I need to show the world that I'm a married woman. But we are not equally yoked. And that unit, as a consequence of that, becomes, you know, it creates a dysfunction in it. Is there any advice that you have for unmarried young adults, or you know, adults in general?
Yes. So we did marriage consecration. That was the second week. The third week, we did overprotective families. We'll talk about that later. But when it comes to the start of a family, in the past, the parents were quite involved with this. We called it arranged marriages, you know, and they would find a family that is suitable for you to marry into, etc., based on where you're at in life and all of that. But that has largely moved to an individual assessment based mainly on external features. And we don't spend the time in order to assess the character of the person. Let me say this, and I know it might be controversial, but the most important decision that you make concerning your spouse is not their religious affiliation necessarily.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So even if the guy says, no, I'm a Christian, that doesn't mean that he's a good husband. Okay. So you can't just go on the fact that, look, he's a Christian and I'm a Christian, so it's going to work out.
It has to work out.
No way. You have to assess the character of the individual. Marriage requires character. Because the vows, when we do the weddings, right, the vows say this: I take this man or this woman to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold, in good times and in bad times, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. And I vow this, so help me God. This is the hardest vow you will ever make in your whole life. There's nothing else like it. Nowhere else are you devoting yourself so fundamentally and completely to another human being. The fundamental issue is whether you are going to lie at the altar when you are going to make your vows. And most people lie.
Is it lie or their minds changes over time? I mean, I said that when I was 20. Now I'm 30, and my view of the world is different and what I want. So there's also that concept. How does that work?
Remember, it's not a hope. It's a vow.
Oh.
Yeah, so you said, I will. Not, let's see.
After 10 years, if I was still thinking.
Yeah. If you lose your job,
yes,
I'll see how I feel, you know. Or my wife, if you get sick, I'll have to go somewhere else to get my conjugal rights, etc. So that's why your character, which is based on honesty, the fundamental tenet of character is integrity. If you are a liar, if you are a white lie, half truth type of person, you lack character at the most fundamental level, and you need to grow that. And I know that we all come in with that broken character. That's the constitution of most marriages.
All's well that ends well. That brings us to the end of today's, I was about to say this week's episode, but it's today's episode of Smile the Coffee. We will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. But until then, from Diana Master and Glenora Shipura, it's all our love, all our light, and
adios.